Oh, hey, that just started. I'm apparently connected and I'm broadcasting. So hey, hi, I don't know if you can see or hear me. Apparently you can. It's okay, it's working now. So let me do one or two things and then we shall progress forward. I'm noticing I'm not hearing any sound, like in my ears. So there's an issue at the moment. Okay. Hmm. Okay, now I can hear sound. Now I can hear sound. Alright, let me do one thing real quick. One or two things. Enjoy watching the Xbox do its thing at the moment. While I do one or two thingamabobbers, I'm testing something out. I should be able to watch my stream while I'm doing this. And as I'm talking now, a dog of mine has popped up and has decided, hey, you need to show me attention. Hey, Soy Bomb. Okay, I can see this now. So I'm trying something different. I want to try to watch the stream. Hold on, turn this down because that's my voice from my good grief. Give me a moment and I'll remember what I was going to say. From my iPad and see if that helps out with the Elgato. Because something is like royally messing with my computer at the moment. And I want to try to figure out what's going on with it. So, I gotta make sure that nothing bad is happening. So we'll feed that down. And how is the sound of the game and of the stream itself? You know, me. You know, everything sound good? Because I don't want the game to be too loud. At the same time, I'd like you to be able to somewhat hear what's going on. Banjo-Kazooie is a game I tried playing in high school. Yeah, it wasn't good. Banjo-Kazooie is a fun romp. Or at least to me it is. Banjo-Kazooie sound is too low, game sound is low. Okay, I can fix that. I can turn the game sound up. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, game sound is low. Yeah. I turned it up a little bit more. Banjo-Kazooie is fun to romp. It's a lifelong journey into madness. Oh, yeah. And Nuts and Bolts is, well, Nuts and Bolts is the only way I can put that one. You know, in all honesty, I didn't mind the idea of Nuts and Bolts. I see you, sweetie. I wish you guys could see this. My dog has decided that she wants to be, like, all up, you know, near me as I'm streaming right now. She's like, I love you, Daddy. Like, I love you too. I'm going to have to stop petting you in just a moment, though. So, what I'm going to do is, I think I've got a file that's empty, and we're going to go with it. I bought Nuts and Bolts. Let me do one more thing real quick. I bought Nuts and Bolts when I was younger, and Nuts and Bolts was a really fun game. Or at least I thought it was going to be. I watched the videos for it. It looked great. And I don't hate Nuts and Bolts, don't get me wrong. But I guess the problem with Nuts and Bolts is in the back of my mind I had the idea of they're making Banjo 3E. You know, that's what we always talked about was Banjo 3E. And that's what we wanted. Having never owned an Xbox of any kind, I've missed out on a few quality experiences, such as Nuts and Bolts. You may think it's not great, but I'd still like to try it. I didn't say it wasn't great, per se. It just wasn't what I expected. Okay, the game volume needs to go up just a little bit more. Alright, I'll do that right now. I'll turn the game volume up just a little bit more. Alright, that's... No, sweetie. Down, Piper. Down. You can't get up on me. Alright, alright, how's the game volume now? Because I've turned it up more. Let's see. Alright, so turned it up a little bit more. You know, we're at a stage where it's not that, you know, problematic. Maybe a little more. Okay. I will turn it up to... There we go. There. That's about as high as I feel comfortable. Moo's playing it. I play good games every so often. I mean, like, Little Nemo was a good game. I played it. I've played, yeah, good games, great games, Graham games. You know, yeah, all sorts of good games. Like, getting back to Nuts and Bolts real quick, like I said, it just wasn't what I expected. It's kind of like Grab by the Ghoulies. Grab by the Ghoulies, if you can remember, or if you don't remember, that's fine, was the first game I ever Let's Played. And it's actually a game I would like to go back and probably do a stream of now that I know what I'm doing. You know, now that I know what I'm doing, you know, with Let's Playing and things of that nature. I mean, it was the very first Let's Play I ever did, and I remember everyone complained about Grab by the Ghoulies, Grab by the Ghoulies, Grab by the Ghoulies. Oh, it just wasn't a good game. I actually liked Grab by the Ghoulies. I thought it was actually a solid game for the most part. Primarily a Mega Race and Shooting Gallery channel now. This is true. But I mean, I liked Grab by the Ghoulies, and the reason why I liked Grab by the Ghoulies is because it was different. But I think everyone was expecting, like, the Microsoft Banjo-Kazooie game, and because they didn't get it, you know, well, you can look on my channel. I've got a Let's Play. Again, you know, there's going to be very, very rough dialogue on my end. A lot of mistakes on my end as far as editing video and whatnot, but it's there if you want to see what it looks like. That night, I may actually do a stream of it sometime in the future. I do have it. Alright, so we actually have to start playing now. So I guess I need to go ahead and start talking to Bottle so I can get everything done up. This is going to take a while, but yeah, whatever. But Grab by the Ghoulies, to me, was a solid enough game. It had characters in it that had a lot of characters with a lot of character. It had characters that weren't your, you know, trope of, you know, yeah, I'm glad that they didn't do Comic Sans either. One of my favorite characters was the little skeleton chef. He was absolutely awesome in my opinion. And you constantly see him throughout the game. I think the thing that weirded me out the most is at the very end of the game, one of the things that they made you do was trek, and you had to go throughout the house in a short period of time rescuing all the teenagers that had been kidnapped. What matters is that you had fun with the game, and that is what matters. You know, even if I don't like the game, it gives me the opportunity to give my experience and explain, you know, here are my thoughts about it. But my personal opinion is the fact that, by the way, hi, I haven't said hello to anyone yet. Hello, Bubba James. Hello, Soy Bomb. Hello, Cosmoronic. Hello, Yugi Hakusho. I'm sorry I never said hello to anyone just yet. I want to go ahead and accept the training. It's been a while since I played this, so let's do this. And it's probably been sitting there for a minute or two. But, you know, again, my personal opinion is sometimes we have our hopes built up so much that when it's not what we expected, we just completely dislike it. Do I need to... Oh, didn't mean to push that button. Okay, so I guess I'm done talking there. So, you know, we get built up and we go, this is the way this should be. And that's the way it was with Nuts and Bolts. And I think that's the way it was... What button do I press here? Oh, the X button. Okay, real talk. Soy, I was actually going through my games, and I saw X5 sitting on my shelf. I have, like, 2 sets of, X games. For some reason, my PlayStation 2, whenever I hook it up to a Gato, will not let me play anything past X1. It will just kind of show a black screen with sound. And I'm assuming that may be something with a disc, I don't know. But I do have X5 for the PS1, and I looked at it today, and I went, no, not yet. Soy's in the middle of doing that, and I don't want him to think that I'm playing it solely because he is. But it is on my list of things to do. I would like to play through, I don't even know what he had me do just then. I'm just going to assume that it was something like the Beat Bomber or something of that nature. I'll just get all these moves and just figure it out as I go along. not even really paying attention to what's going on screen. I'm just talking about random stuff and staring at the stream while they talk. But I did look at X5 and go, maybe that would be a good idea. Oh yeah, that's right. Jump, then press A again. I thought I did that. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that this is gonna take forever. I mean, I should be done with this in the next, what, 5-10 minutes? And we can talk about other stuff along the ways. And I would like to ask you guys, were there any games that you were really built up for as far as video games are concerned that you said, hey, this is... Okay, yeah, I gotta do that. It won't let me out. I'd forgotten about all this. You can't perform moves until he tells you about it. I keep forgetting that. So, alright, so I do remember that there is an importance to my doing this. And I'm about to just... Oh, I thought that was gonna hurt me. I thought that was like, painful vines and whatnot, but no. Going back to what I was getting into, are there any games that you were interested in back in the day that you said, hey, this is going to be a fun, great experience, and you got the game, and you really played it and you went, this is what this is? Seriously? And you felt so disappointed playing it. Use the left stick to swim. Okay, on the surface, to swim underwater, press X. I do remember there is something down here I need to grab, but I'm going to do that in a minute. I want to try to grab as much of this stuff as I can before moving forward. Because there are things in this area that I need to be able to... Well, now that I'm here, I might as well do it. Or not, I can just come out here. That would be an interesting thing, rare replay. Back in the day, how far is back in the day because I have modern examples? Soy Bomb, you just give me any example you want to give of games that you would have interest in. I mean, modern games, retro games, any type of games. I think that Rare Replay on the Switch would be cool since a lot of these games were available originally on the Nintendo. In all honesty, I looked at this game and I saw all the games that they had available for it. 30 games for $30, and I said, I am all in on this. I am all for it, and gladly jumped on that boat. Okay, so I think I can swim in the water now. Can't move. Okay. I do remember there's supposed to be an item somewhere around here that will be beneficial to me. Unless I'm completely off. And that's possible at this point. Huh. Okay, I thought there was, but apparently there's not. Huh. Oh, I want to go up. Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox PS3 really disappointed me, despite it exciting. I have not played it. I remember there's being something down there, but I guess not. I never played Ninja Gaiden. Is it, you talking about Ninja Gaiden Black or Ninja Gaiden Sigma? Is that what you're referring to, Soybomb? And I think that's what it is one and the same. Mega Man Star Force DS exciting because Mega Man disappointing because the main character's an emo that hates everyone. So he's basically Zero. Beaky Barrage, duck down and... Yeah, so we get the attacks in. And I think I get something for breaking all of these guys. Yeah, another one of those. Microsoft has been flirting with Nintendo a lot. Who knows? And I'm going to be honest, I do think it's a neat proposition, Nintendo and Microsoft working together like that. I really do think we need to see more and more of that. Ninja Gaiden Sigma is what I tried. I have access to Ninja Gaiden Black due to Xbox Ultimate, but I never have tried it yet. So, what am I doing? Is this the punch? The punch that I'm doing? Yeah, this is the... Yeah, it's the punch. Okay, so let me just whack him. Come here. Come here. And, alright. Yeah, I killed him. Ah! Now what you gonna do for me? Try my fearsome forward roll. That's the way I answer the video game question. Perfect Dark Zero. Oh, I agree completely. Perfect Dark Zero? Perfect Dark was an amazing game. The predecessor, and by the way, Perfect Dark Zero will be something that we'll be doing on the channel sometime in the near future. I'm hoping to do it sometime this year. I have the collector's edition of Perfect Dark Zero, and I'm like, why am I getting the collector's edition for $5? And then, so I'm looking like, you know, $5, metal tin, special stuff. I pop it into my Xbox 360, and I go, that's the reason why. Yeah, people tend to very much dislike Zero as not being a good game. And I'm gonna be honest, Zero is to me a game that was a huge letdown. And I saw not Dragon Age Builders. That's a completely different game. Dragon Quest Builders, drier than I hoped. So it's kind of drier than Minecraft. And Battle of Olympus, thought it'd be awesome. Played it through. It's the absolute opposite. I've never played it, so I wouldn't know. Dark every day. Years. Zero, not so much. Well, I mean, Perfect Dark, if I remember correctly, is kind of based on what was it? I think I've got all of no. I think I've got all of these. Did I get this guy? Jump under a tree and use left stick to climb up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. There it is. Ah, no! I didn't want to drop down there. Didn't want to drop down there. Put it over here. There's something on top of that tree that I want. Dragon Quest Builders more interesting in Minecraft because you have a purpose, but in the short burst, at least you kill wyverns and golems. Gotcha. See, the thing is, for me, like, I see it and I go, okay, it's based on an RPG, and that for me is as bad as it is to say this is kind of a no-go for me, because like, RPG, no. Because RPGs are the big things. For me, I think one of the biggest disappointments that I faced in recent times was No Man's Sky. Dragon Quest Builder 2 is such a long tutorial. Ugh. I hate those. No Man's Sky, to me, had to be one of the biggest disappointments. I pre-ordered the game, I brought it home, sat down with it, and I'm like, I get to explore all these different places. I get to do this, I get to do that, I get to do the other. And man, it was such a letdown actually playing through it. I almost bought Hyper Dimension Neptunia once. That's how you play it, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. Alright, so now we can enter into this area. It took me about 10 minutes to get through it like I thought it would. And so we get to talk to Bottles and gather his wisdom and his attacks and things of that nature. And Gruntilda, you know, we get to start hearing her rhymes. And there's a part of me that actually, yeah, before we close today, I am going to show off the end to this game. Because Banjo-Kazooie actually has the end of one of the best endings. Best game over endings of any video game, at least in my opinion. And yes, Cosmoronic, you're right. I hear that No Man's Sky is a lot better now, but it's one of those things where I guess I was so let down by it, I might actually want to try it. But I think, personally speaking, I would just face nothing but disappointment going through. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, let's see, the sequel is better. Cyber Dimension at 2D is pretty good, except for the flaw that still bothers me. There is one thing I do want to mention while I am in the chat. Next Friday, I will not be streaming. I'll be streaming on a Saturday again. And the reason why is because of the fact that I am taking, you may not know the game, but Adama on GameCube is Trouble 2. I don't know. Never heard of that. I have to take my wife, or rather I'm meeting my wife's parents in Alabama. I've got to drive about 9 hours next Friday. And so rather than do that, try to fit in a stream, I'm just not streaming at all next Friday. What I'll be doing in its stead is I'll be streaming again, and it'll be Banjo-Kazooie. That's going to be our Friday game for the time being. And I've noticed so far I haven't had any problems with the Elgato capture card, and I'm wondering if it is for the reason I thought. I'm trying a neat little trick. I've actually got the stream up on my iPad rather than on my computer, and it seems to be working properly other than the little issue I had with XSplit earlier. So that may kind of fix some of my issues. But as I mentioned, not streaming next Friday. I've got a long drive. I may not be streaming Tuesday, and the reason being is because of the fact that this is finals week, and if you're part of the Discord, you'll know that I'm currently, not at the moment, I'm taking a break, but I'm working on a final. And I've got 2 papers that are due by this Friday, and so I'm going to be working on those next week. And just depending on how far along I am, will be the deciding factor on whether or not I stream Tuesday night. If not, I will probably put up another video of Mega Race just to go ahead and have something up. That way, there's at least content being put up on Tuesday. But I don't know what I'm going to do per se at the moment. So, I do... Okay, turn the game volume down. Huh! Ah, no! 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 I'm sorry, it's about to get really loud all of a sudden. Alright, here's what happened. I bumped the scroll button on the mouse and it jumped it up to 91. So I've knocked it down some. How's the sound now? Like, I don't know what's going on. Sold myself from that sound. I'm so sorry. How's the sound now? I turned it down some. It wouldn't be a Moose stream unless there was some sort of technical difficulty, which is a sad thing to admit to. No, I can't. That's right. I can't do that. I think there's some serious volume variation within the game itself. I think you're right. There we go. And I don't know just yet, but I'm thinking at this point I'm going to try to 100% this game. I think it'll be one of the first times I've actually tried to purposely 100% something, but here we are. But, you know, it's, you know, I figure something I can get, you know, give a try and see if it works. I don't know why, like, that ding sound when you come out of the water, why is it so much louder than everything else? Are we still... Oh, nuts, I stopped paying attention. Are we still having issues with sound? Is it still too loud? If it is still too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down a little bit more. I'm not meaning to, obviously. But we're gonna try to 100% this. I know I'm gonna come to regret that one shortly on. Chimpy hungry, wants oranges now, feed Chimpy. Alright, I gotta climb the tree. if I remember correctly, and grab an orange. Yeah, too bad, Donkey Konga. Game could be turned down a little more, I'd say. It will be fine. You can change back certain elements of the game horrifying loud, create everything else. It's game flaw, not move flaw. I'll turn it down just a tad bit more. Okay, I was gonna say, why is my controller shaking? Alright. I turned it down just a smidge more, just to be on the safe side. And kind of go from there with it. I'm so not talking about any of the game elements, but I'm assuming that most everyone who is watching this video, either the stream or seeing it live, or watching the stream or watching this post, you probably already know all of this stuff about the game anyway. And you could probably tell me certain things about this game as well that I need to know. So I'm skipping over a lot of the, you know, the explanations just to go, okay, most of you already know this stuff. If you don't, it's explained on the screen. I've never beat it. All right, real talk. I've actually never beaten Banjo-Kazooie either. And so this will be, when I beat this game, you guys will see me beat this for the very first time. And so I guess I assumed too much. Basically, we're trying to rescue our sister, and, you know, of course, here, let's see, I need to go over this way before we go any further. Okay, I haven't gotten that move yet. That's the reason why. So I'll have to come back to that in a minute. I am going to go ahead. You know what? I'm going to wait to get that, because I'll just get both of those together. Camera, can you work with me? Can you work with me, camera? Camera, thank you. I don't want to run into a bull. Yeah, come here. By the way, that bull is invincible. You cannot hurt him. I'm trying to make this 100% run. That's the goal. Moo is going to seriously try to 100% this. Whether or not I'm actually able to pull that off is another story, but I will do my, I'll give it socks. I'm about to slide down that, aren't I? No. Okay. Now, I do believe that what I need is over here in this corner. Yeah, Juju, I'll get to you in a minute. There we go. Yeah, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Under 2 hours, I guarantee you they probably use a bunch of tricks and things of that nature that I would have no clue how to use. I played it twice. I'm stupid because I didn't know what I was doing. So while you're watching, do a grab by the ghoulies and play along with you. Hey, I appreciate that. If you enjoy, you know, hopefully you'll enjoy it. I should be able to. Yeah, I can do that now. All right. Very good. And don't take care of those. I think it's. I do believe it's one specific one of these is carrying what I need. I do think it's funny that these guys, you know, as far as the way they talk and things of that nature, are just kind of funny to me. Jinjo! Or is it the last one I did? I don't know. I know very little about this game. Hip drop. Yeah, every good move has a hip drop. It's kind of weird, the things that I'm planning on doing for the channel. The games that I have in mind doing. I've got a number of different ideas that I've got as far as for future Let's Plays. And I know some of them will probably be viewed as not quite interesting. Straighten. You know, you may not have interest, which is fine. You don't have to have interest in every game that I play. You know, we all have different things that we have interest in, and I just realized that in order to do that properly, there was an item up above that I needed to get that I can't get now. So I'll have to come back to this later if I'm going to 100% it. Yep. So that's mistake number one starting out, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We we can do this. You are required to have interest in all soy games. I don't think I have any games that have soy in them. Although that would be an interesting prospect. Well, I mean, I understand that everyone has different interests, and I know you are probably what I would refer to as seriously joking. You do want people to have interest in the games that you're playing, because if people don't have interest, then they're not watching. So I can understand completely what you're saying, you know, the serious joke. But I am going to try to do a few collabs here, and kind of in the near future, maybe a stream or two in which I have someone playing along with me, and I'm going to be getting in contact with that individual, at least one of the first ideas, sometime soon. I do want to have a race, and I've joked with Soy Bomb about this for a while, and near about every stream I've had the opportunity to, but I would love to have the opportunity to, if not him, finding someone who is, what's the word I'm looking for, crazy enough to actually try to race Chaos at the carnival with a few rules attached to that. With the foxtrot, with the bird trot. I'm able to run down these steep hills now where I couldn't do that earlier, and I can grab these. My wife is wanting to do more stuff on the channel, so I'm going to have her more involved as she is able to, because I also know that she's about to be starting her final semester of school, and I don't want to take that away from her. Our math rescue race was excellent, other than the fact that I had my microphone, as far as the game sound, turned off. And so on my side of the stream, you only hear me. And I said I'd go back and fix the audio. I haven't had time to go back and try to sync the audio together, where both of ours are playing. And you can hear me in yours. Ren streams, get earplugs ready. She's not here at the moment. She actually is at one of her, my wife is a, she actually has a few jobs. She is a substitute teacher. She works for a local newspaper, and she and I actually drive an elderly woman to her doctor's appointments. We take turns, depending on when one has time and when the other doesn't. She's actually at her job with the local paper, covering a story with one of the local, if I remember correctly, something the city is doing to help benefit single mothers. And so they're meeting at the library, and she's going to interview a few of the ladies that are there. So, you know, driving an elderly woman to a doctor was the job. We both offered to, let me explain, we both offered to do it for free, because we wanted to, to show kindness and not, do what we're doing for money. But the lady told us, if I cannot pay you, you cannot take me to the doctor. What am I going to tell her? No, I, refuse to help you out. Ooh. Nope. I wonder if there's something either on top of it or around one of the sides. Wrong. Oh, okay. So now let's introduce ourselves to Mumba. And before I do that, yeah. Actually, there's nothing I can do. Mumbo, not Mumbo. Yeah, I got 4 of these things. I'm required 5. Thankfully, I think one of the magic tokens is in here. So, yeah, I think one of the tokens is actually in here. So, I want to go ahead and grab these while I am able. And I can jump on this. I can jump on this, jump up here, and move around. So, I mean, I've got ideas, and I'm going to be taking the semester off. Okay, so it's not up here. Huh. Is it behind it? Nope, the fourth one is located around here somewhere, and I'll find it. Oh, this... Yeah, I mispronounced it. I caught my mispronunciation. This game does have a lot of charm to it. I think maybe the last one's in here. Because I need to run in here as Banjo, not as an ant or a termite. And I think there's only so far I can go before I get stuck, but I think the last token is in here. Maybe not. Ah! It is in here. No, wrong button. Alright. So now we go to Mumbo. Ba 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 mumba. Ba 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 mumba. Beep 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 beep. Alright. There is, like Cosmoronic said, a lot of charm to this game that I really, really enjoy. I really think that a lot of the charm disappears in the second game. Oh yeah, I gotta press X. Because one of the first things that I love about this, if you pay attention to the way that Gruntilda speaks, Gruntilda rhymes what she says. Moose singing, time to cut off the speakers. Yeah. She rhymes whenever she speaks, which to me is the near about definition of charm. Because she has her own character quirks. In the second game, they shut that off real fast. And that actually, I won't say it upset me, but it annoyed me a lot because I'm thinking that's one of the things about the game that really makes it stand out amongst the others, is you've got a game where you've got this character, and, you know, she's got these little charm, you know, this bit of charm to her. Come on, get out away from those. I need those. Thank you. 100% of those. Yay! They definitely made rhyming the better here than in Child. Okay, there are a lot of problems that Child of Light had. I made crud. I made it through a small portion of Child of Light, and then I just said, I'm getting bored here. If that's the one that I think it is, it's kind of like a 2D RPG with this princess, I think. And I got so far into the game, I just said, and we're done here. What's Soy Bomb say? Gruntilda can't resist rhyming, at least in this game. In the next game, not so much. Oh, and I just realized another mistake that I made that I'm going to have to do. Alright, jump down. And I don't think it's going to hurt us because, yeah, termite. Whereas it would hurt me if I were a barren bird. Yeah, the game gets boring real fast. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to turn back into the ant in a minute, or the termite rather. And I'm going to have to do a few things with it, and that's kind of aggravating, but that's in both. She's back to rhyming. That is true. Let me explain. I kind of deviated away from it because we started talking about other things, but let me explain my aggravation with nuts and bolts. You know, it's like I said, I was expecting like Banjo 3E, something in the same vein as Banjo-Kazooie, or, you know, Banjo 2E. Oh, nuts! I needed that. Yep, I needed to get over there. I can go back to it in a minute. So I was expecting something along the lines of those games, and I was looking forward to being able to explore these worlds. And it turned out to be kind of a game that, granted, it is very original. I love the soundtrack to Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I own the soundtrack to it. In my opinion, the stage where you're in the Banjo Museum, which does the callback to the music of Banjo-Kazooie, is great. But I think what disappointed me the most about it is the fact that the car building. And it's because of the fact that when it comes to building things of that nature, I don't have an original bone in my body. And you've got to have, like, this, I think, good understanding somewhat of physics and things of that nature to really make a vehicle worthwhile. I don't have that ability. By the way, if I were to stand closer, he would throw oranges at me, but if I'm doing it like this, I just hit him. He doesn't hurt me. That hit him. He should be beat. He should stop in just a moment. Hey, do I have to move forward, son? Do I have to be standing on this? Huh. I want to think that's a vest, not a donkey bra. Okay, do I have to actually run up here, hit him, and run away? Okay, I had to get him to talk first. Ah. I think that's supposed to be a vest. Whoop. Whoop. Come on. There we go. That was the problem. It could be a donkey bra. But I think I see buttons on it. And so I'm wanting to think that it's a vest, but, you know, we can just call it a bra and be done with it. It doesn't bother me any. Alright, so let's look and see how we are for this stage. I do know I'm going to have to leave it and come back in just a moment. We got all the jiggies, but how are we for everything else in this stage? View totals. Mumba's Mountain. Oh, no, Mumba's Mountain. 100. Okay, we are missing two honeycomb pieces, which we're going to need to grab. Both of which I'm going to have to grab. Actually, one of them I can go back up here because I think one of them is on the drop down here. I've just got to be careful about how I drop. I think I can step here and nope, I'm gonna fall. Good to know. Conga needs support. Look, man, I mean, let's be honest. There comes a point in every man's life when what was perky starts to droop down a bit, and so he's getting his bro. You know, he's wearing a bro right now. No! Aha! All right, so I only have to get one of these. That's basically an extra life piece, which is something that's needful. I'm gonna go ahead and exit the stage and re-enter it because I've got to go up towards Mumba anyway and redo Juju so I can get that honeycomb piece. And there's no point because, you know, I've also got to do the ant and go up there and do that and get the jiggy piece that's up top. So, I mean, in all honesty, this is just the best route to take. We are 43 minutes into the game, and we're almost done with the first world, so yay. What's sad is I fully understand this bro need. Look, man, as a teenager, I had to take a lot of steroids due to issues with allergies. Okay, yeah, I gotta... So, part of that is I've got little bitty... That's TMI. Alright, and grab that. Just keep my mouth shut and not go any further there. People will be like, don't. Time-saving strats. This is a speed run. Yeah. We're just, you know, a little bit behind in the speed running, you know, where we need to go with the speed runs. Just slightly behind. I don't need to go back and look at the mountain. Mumbo's Mountain. I think it's Mumbo's Mountain. No, this is Mumbo's Mountain. The introductory stage, I think, there are some important things that I need to make sure I've gathered everything there. So I'm grabbing the ant here because I need it to gather the Jiggy that's outside of this stage. And I do that by climbing up here. Whereas if I tried it the other way, it wouldn't. So we're done with Mumbo's Mountain now. We're done with one world. And if I go out, he's just like, Mumbo's magic is getting weak. It's going to turn you back into Banjo. And so there's no point in going back to see if I can just run away. I hope I don't do longer. By the way, what webpage do you find this material? I want to think that somewhere around here. Ah, yes. I'm gonna need a piece of paper for this because I think I'm about to be introduced. Oh, okay, no. All right. Let me look at view totals. Spiral Mountain. I am missing a honeycomb piece. I thought I was. Where am I missing that honeycomb piece? Let me look around real quick. I want to think the honeycomb piece is down in one of these water areas. Speedrun.com. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of backtracking just real quick. I want to see if I can figure out where that missing honeycomb piece is at. I do think it's in one of these water areas. It's somewhere underwater. And I could be wrong on that. And if I can't find it in just a few moments, we'll move on to the next stage, and I'll come back and get this shortly. I just don't want to spend so much time looking for it that I waste time. Alright, so we're just gonna kind of swim forward. Maybe it's down here. Because I think... Wait. You know what's funny? I went looking for this a few minutes ago, before we got out here, and I could not find that. I have the dumbs, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't go all the way around it when I thought I did. But there we go. Alright, so we have everything in Spiral Mountain, and we've got everything in Mumbo's Mountain. So that's good. So now I get to start trying to, because Mumbo's Mountain is like easy for me to remember. As we go through the stages, my memory is going to start fading real quick on how to get everything. But I can get myself refreshed very soon, because we won't hit that point probably until episode 2 or 3. Definitely not during episode 1. Episode 1 will have everything that we need. So we're doing good at the moment. We're doing good. Alright, we gotta stop and talk to Bottles again. And it's basically, this is the reason why we're collecting the note pieces, is because of the fact you gotta open these doors. By the way, Cosmoronic. It's kind of a lot like gathering Scooby snacks, don't you think? Only not as fun. Come on, speed it up. Yeah, break the magic of the door. We walk up to it. We're good to go. Die! We've opened the door. Alright, that door was easy. You got past. Unfortunately, you're first and last. Alright, we're gonna need to talk to her. She is... I think this is the only game that she appears in. To be honest with you, this is Gruntilda's sister, who will go unmentioned in the rest of the games. I don't think there are. I don't think there are 2,000 of these. Close to it, but I guarantee you this is a whole lot easier to gather than those stupid Scooby snacks. Alright, so as you you saw, she has secrets of Gruntilda's. She's willing to share them with us, and I'm going to need these secrets later. So I'm just going to write down the brushes her rotten teeth with tuna ice cream flavored toothpaste. I don't know what the difference between tuna ice cream and tuna is. I'm assuming that tuna ice cream is a little bit sweeter. And again, that's just an assumption on my part. Okay, I think I get 3 of these per go. She also washes her hair with rancid milk. And I do know the part that's later on, I could actually skip it if I wanted to. Saggy Maggie's Boutique. That just sounds sick. Saggy Maggie's Boutique. Alright, so we have at least the 3, and just to make sure I'm right on the 3. Okay, yeah, rotten teeth with tuna ice cream flavored toothpaste. Okay. So I've got to pay close attention to her because of the fact that if I don't, it's going to come back to bite me in the butt cheeks in the, later on in the game. So we fill in everything there. We have Treasure Trove Cove ready to go. So we can enter into that stage, and I hear a lot of music playing at the same time. It sounds really weird. Before we go up here, I want to head down this way and smack this dude in the face. Random minion, and those are the minions you're going to find in this area. I think this is going to lead me to, the pot. So these are pots where you can transfer around. Your wife will find that piece of paper of yours and be very confused. Probably. There are times I've had to explain where I had something written down for a game, like on a scratch piece of paper, and my wife was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "That's for a game." Do you need this? My wife is very OCD when it comes to keeping things a certain level of clean. I am not, and I obviously can't do that yet. Have to go into the next stage to do that. And so she'll see a scratch piece of paper with something written down on it, and I'm like, "That's for a game." "Well, do you need it?" "It's for a game." "But do you need it?" "What did I just say? It's for a game." Ah! So I'm just gonna go back and replay the sound of me going, "Woman, it's for a game." I do think I want to go this way. I think this is going to take me to the Click Clock Wood one that's broken at the moment, but I just want to go ahead and show it that it's here. Yeah. Yeah. This is for a level that comes later, much, much later in the game. Yeah, as you can see, Click Clock Wood is the final stage that you go to, I think. What is this grocery list? Saggy Maggie's Boutique. So, sweetheart, I wanted it to be a surprise, but you keep asking questions like that, I'm just going to have to spoil it. Oh, boy. But I do have a desk area as far as where I've got my little mess going on. And she, thankfully, is very considerate to my little mess. And isn't too, won't just, like, destroy what I've got going on. I thought there's something up on... Cannon there. Alright. I like the walls to this, the fact that the walls have faces made into them. That's supposed to make them look kind of creepy. I like that aspect of the cave system. That's pretty cool. Alright, we are in... I can't remember what the name of this was. I saw the title and just went past it. I didn't mean to leave, but... It's Treasure Trove Cove. Okay, we found the level. Whoops. Alright, so, first things first. Alright, quickly. Come on, nope. That is Snackers, if I remember correctly. That is a shark that wants to destroy me. And there are things that I'm going to have to get in the water because of the way this game is functioning. So that's always fun. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take you out. Ah! It showed one of my friends online. Whoops. Thought I had those things turned off. Yeah, okay. Okay, I gotta get up to this guy and... Yes, Snackers is very scary. Snackers is one of the more annoying characters in the game because you cannot hurt him. So, yay! So, this guy, if I remember correctly, I've got to peck him in the face. He's going to do like this for a few times. And then you smack him in the face like that. Oh, you make me mad, ah! And I love the little high pitch. Oop! And he's defeated. Now, here's what I don't understand. When I come in here... Green Knight 16. He's nowhere to be found. Like, he moved back into this cavern, but he's nowhere to be seen. We've got these two little guys. Good grief. Good night. But I don't know where he's at. Like, it's like we killed him and he dissipated into nothing. Oh. Probably won't tell Green Knight 16 what happened. And I would appreciate if no one messaged him. It's like, I saw you on the Moo stream. It's like, who? You know Moo. Oh, crap. Oh, boy. Note to self, before next stream, turn off notifications. Which I thought I had done. Okay, I'm going to ignore him for the moment. And I'm going to grab... these. It's just some guy named Bubba. I was just like, whoops. Now, can I climb this? Nope, it forced me to... Not even gonna talk to him just yet. Alright, now we can drop down. Alright, talk to him. Oi! I'm Captain Blubber, and I lost my treasure when my ship crashed. Look at how much sand is around this guy's ship. How did he pull this off? Blubber, to me, is one of the more annoying characters in this game because of the fact that he does not help himself. He's just all about, help me, help me, help me. I crashed my ship. I'm fat. I hate my life. I sound so mean. It's because I am mean. But, I digress. Grab these. Had my fun, time to turn it off. Okay. Alright, grab this. And I think I can scroll up and... Yeah, the other side is over there. I'm making sure there's nothing I need here. There's not. But I think Blubber's probably my least favorite character in this game. And thankfully, we only see him for a few moments. Like, literally, once I'm done with this, I'm done with him, I think, for the entirety of the game. Now, net. I hate you so much. If you say you caught my gamer tag, you can add me. Not sure if I play games y'all do, but you still add me. Look at Bubba trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to network on my stream. Alright, I think that's all I gotta do here. Alright, so we're done this. And Soy, it's your turn. Soy does not have an Xbox, and I am not friends with Soy because of that. So, Soy will not be able to take his turn. Although, I do think because, yeah, he runs off. He's like, I got my money, ah! Although, I do seriously think that, but network, you say? Banned. No. That's fine, I mean, Soy, certain people are welcome to discuss their streams, or channels in this one. If you pop in and you randomly just go, check out my channel, I'm leaving now, I will kick you in the teeth, and make sure you don't come back. But like Soy Bomb, Bubba, Cosmoronic, you guys feel free to talk about what's going on in your channels and things of that nature. I had to reconnect my 360 just for that goof. So you guys feel free, you know, talk about what you're doing, what you're playing. I don't care. Because you guys are trusted people. Again, though, I won't allow many... Good grief. Okay, Dude needs to... Dude's either aware of what's going on and he's having fun with it and just like, hi everybody, look at my comment. I don't know what's going on. Alright, I gotta redo this. Maybe I need to drop down there where the bucket's at. That would actually probably... I don't want to mess with the bucket just yet. Let's go down to my channel, Final Fantasy 8. You being angry at a jet bike level. Thankfully, you finished said jet bike level. No, you did not finish said. You didn't go back and finish that yesterday, did you? There are still parts of that stage that I think you need to go back to. But you're almost done with Mega Man X5, aren't you? I don't think you finished it last night. I had to step away from the stream, and when I came back it was finished, so I never did get to finish watching. But I do believe you finished the, your stream, or not finished the stream, but I don't think you finished the game. Did you, Soy Bomb? More subscribers are lucky enough to get on my channel, so the moment is dead. Hey, you gotta put yourself out there to get people to care. Keep building, keep growing. Man, I've been at this thing for 5 years and I've only got 129 subs. And I lost some of them because last month I had like 130 something. And I lost a couple of them because one of my subs decided to shut his channel down. No, I have to go back and get something from that stage. I have some other stages to do all the Sigma Fortresses, whatever. Mostly because I haven't updated anything in ages. That's the thing. You know, I don't believe I'm going to have YouTube fame or make a nice living off of this, but man, I'm just gonna have fun. But I know where Bubba lives, like, streaming would be a pain in the hind end because of the fact it's very difficult to stream where he lives. No! That was beautiful. And now to show off the use of these. These get me health. This is the first one I've killed. Oh yeah, RoboCop versus Soy. You cannot forget RoboCop versus Soy. That's a staple to the stage. Is there anything in there? Ah, yes. So apparently these guys will chomp down. Their teeth will hurt. But if you're very careful, you can go. You can jump out without being damaged, or you can do like I did, just get knocked out. Okay. And I know I'm kind of skipping around right now, which I probably shouldn't. and just moving from area to area if I fail, but that's kind of the way I'm doing this at the moment. Ooh! Ooh! Okay, because I think that's going to get really steep and I don't want to have to deal with snackers. I'm going to wait on this until I can get... No, you know what? Forget it. I'll do it now. Because I think it's going to point me in that direction, so it'll be fine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. Snackers is like, I'm gonna eat me a bear. No. No, no, you're not. I'm gonna give him opportunities, though, if I keep doing like this. I keep falling in the water. Oh, Darkwing Duck would have been great. Darkwing Duck is actually, one of my plans is, I plan on streaming the Disney, I think it's called the Disney Afternoon Collection. And that consists of DuckTales, well, I would say just keep trying, Bubba. You never know, you might have something that works. And if anything, there's a lot of videos of mine that don't... No! Of course. I didn't want to go underwater. There are many videos of mine that hardly ever get watched. Most of my popular videos are Stinking Larry Boy or Strawberry Shortcake. And the reason why I think they have such notoriety on YouTube is the fact that people are trying to watch the movies and, yeah, I'll go over the plan in just a moment. Are trying to watch the movies, and so they end up finding my my streams instead, or my Let's Plays. And I have no qualms with that, because it gets my channel noticed. And the more people that notice my channel, the more, you know, hopefully that... I did not mean to do that. The more hopefully that, you know, people might get introduced to my stuff in the future. I mean, it's just whatever. But yeah, the Saturday afternoon special, or collection, I think is what it's called. And that consists of DuckTales, DuckTales 2, Darkwing Duck, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, Chippendale Rescue Rangers 2. And so, yeah, man, I'm all about playing through those games again. I wonder if there's something at the bottom of this or not. I cannot remember. But before I drop down, I might as well find out and just take a dive. Because, well, the good thing is I can just do this right here and pop myself up. Because I have gone through the remastered edition of DuckTales. I've got that Let's Play on here. And I actually really enjoyed playing through it. And I have played through the old DuckTales games before. So it's definitely something I'll do again sometime in the very near future. Or, you know, playing through those. But the reason being is Capcom made so many good licensed games back then. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, you know, good licensed game, but there were so many good licensed games back then made by Capcom from, you know, based on the Disney franchises. There are times that I do want to play like a licensed game that's not complete and utter rot. You know, and I found out, like, later on, I think it was someone pointed out to me that Little Nemo is a licensed game, and I never realized that. Or I think I did realize that, but I'd forgotten. Let me go down here, grab the Mamba head, and... I'm going to see how we're doing in just a moment. But yeah, I know, Soy, I've got plans to play like 60,000 games. And I know that's basically the truth, because I like, well, I got plans to play this, I got plans to play this. I've got so many games that I've got plans to play, it's not even funny. I realize that. And things change just at a whim, as far as what I want to play, what I don't want to play, and so on. So that's kind of a joke in my head as well. Yeah, I want to play this, I want to play this, I want to play this. There's so many games in so little time. It's kind of the way it works out. I Super Mario Dead Island, any other stupid game? There you go! Get yourself out there, son! It was really and truly a golden era for licensed video games, especially those made by Capcom. So many good games. So many good games. Pop down on here, and that's going to take me over there. But I do want to grab... I'll grab those in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and do this first. And I think that's going to take it to the... Not the island. Okay, it's going to be up there, so... I'm going to go ahead and grab these notes. I call them jiggies, but no, those are the jigsaw pieces. These note pieces. Not Golden Era Capcom, whenever Mega Man 5... Oh, yeah. But I still say with Mega Man 5, you're still not... Or Mega Man X5, you're still not playing the worst of the X franchise. Like, in all honesty, I think it is, 7? 7 that has Flame Heinard. And so you're constantly hearing this character scream. That's the golden era of the Mega Man X franchise. And by golden, I mean a golden curve. It is the absolute worst of Capcom by that point. Okay, let's bust this guy in the head and beat him, and let's not fall off. X6 or X7 is the worst, yeah. So you're still not in the worst of the worst. One thing I like about Banjo-Kazooie over Banjo-Tooie is the fact, haha, you'll never find me. I wonder where he is. What's a Heinard? It's a good question. Ah. Alright. Please open me gently. I think... There we go. Gently? I don't know what gently is. Let's see, we're hour and 12 minutes into this. Do I want to try swimming over there, or do I want to try... No, I do see something I need to get. I think the next area I'm going to go to is... I can go up, or I can go into the... I think now's the time for me to play with the sand, the bucket. And we're about to poop into a bucket. Nope. Nope. There we go. I love the fact it's a sound. Yeah, a Heinard's not a thing. You're right, a Heinard is definitely not a thing. And yet, they named one of the enemies Flame Heinard. I know he's supposed to be a hyena, but as you have astutely pointed out, there is no such being in an animal kingdom as a Heinard. But then again, you got Axel the Red, which I still say should have been Axel the Rose. Alright, so... So I solved my puzzle. You mean spelling Banjo-Kazooie? That's what you want me to do? Spell Banjo-Kazooie? I don't know if I can spell Banjo-Kazooie. Ban... Oops. Joe... Where's the Z at? this is not really all that hard. I, and then E. That's all you gotta do here. But you can spell out cheats if I remember correctly. I'll cut you down to size! Ah, I'm easily defeated! This room is also available, like I said, if you need to input cheats into the game. You get them here. Just like Tornado Tunyon, there's no such thing. I think that is stretching way too hard to get, what is it? Alliteration. You're like grasping at straws to alliterate your boss names, and when you do that, you start failing miserably. But it's about, I think it's about 5 that they kind of start breaking away from the, hey, we're doing all of these after animals. I think it's around 5. I could be wrong. No, okay, I'm gonna go this way first, real quick. Because I need to go up. I'm missing something. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but someone is playing the bass a little bit too loud in their vehicle. And that's annoying sounding. Alright. Go away. Oh, crud. He got way too close to me. Oh! Nope. Alright. Hate this guy, which also isn't a thing. To be fair, the Japanese version is Tornado Debunyon. Moo, they were out of ideas when they were in... Okay, Wire Sponge, that's right. Dude, it's honestly been a while, okay? So don't hold that against me. Alright. Head on up. Heading on up just to go on down. I'm trying to double check and make sure I'm not missing anything. Like, I'm trying to remember where... Oh, hey. Where I talked to Bottles for the red pads. And I don't remember where it's at. I think it's up top. And if that's the case, then yay. I'm not quite looking forward to it. I think that's where I talked to him about them. I'm seriously gonna have to go up, I think. I'm not looking forward to that. Because this is the most annoying part of this stage, in my opinion. Okay, now time out. Mandrill, though, is an animal. It is a type of monkey. Coanger, because I was like looking up at what a coanger is supposed to be. I think it is a type of Asian centipede. Which I know they ended up having like a centipede in later games anyway, I think, but I will give them, you know, fairness for that. Whee! Alright, I'm missing where I talked to Bottles about the red. Where do I find talk about the... Huh. I am seriously not remembering where that's located. Huh. That's not good. I wanted to think it was down here, but also I want to think it's up top. So I honestly can't remember. You're thinking of animals and other... You're out of ideas already. Oh! I hit the wrong button. I freaked out. There's a life in the water that I'm not even going for. Seriously, where in the world do I go to get what I'm needing? Because I need to get up there, but I either have to... Either way, I've got to be able to fly to get up there. Flying disc, but you'll have to find me. I would say that I would... I could argue for and against that idea of that being a sign of they've already run out of ideas. Because I could look at it as they're trying to be creative, and that the creativity is shown in their doing these weird animals. But I can also see your point as well, and would gladly say, hey, you got a point there. Is it down here? Where is the molehill? And yes, I am currently making a mountain out of a molehill. Fight me. Okay, there's the jump pad. Where do I find... Wait. I'm an idiot. Why is there why? Hold on, I want to do something real quick. Let me see something. Oh, it forces me there. Why? How do you have a molehill at the top, around a crow's nest? At least I've got all of them now. I spent way too long looking for that. Here's 25 red feathers to help you. Blah, 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 blah. Energy's a little low. I will say that's one of the things that I do appreciate about this. I do need to climb to the top of the crow's nest because I think there may be something of interest there. Like a Jinjo, maybe. Alright, so let's use this, and we're going to start by flying over in this direction. And, oh, no. Okay. Guys, we need to get this Jinjo, or Jiggy. One of the dumbest, but also best names for an animal is the walking stick. I guarantee you, had, Capcom continued with the X series, you would have seen a walking stick at some point. But I mean, let's be honest. You know, when we talk about the originality of game characters, in the Mega Man franchise, not Mega Man X, but the Mega Man franchise, how many enemies did they have? Oh no! Time out. Up! An hour and 30 minutes in, and it happens. So it didn't take as long, but it still happened. Which is dumb to me. Hold on a moment. It says capture device is not found. Let me see something. Alright, just reading it again. Let's see if it pulls it up. Detecting signal. Okay. I didn't have to do anything and it came back. So we probably will be calling it quits here in just a minute because apparently it's still showing issues. But at least we figured something out. So let me see how much more of this stage I can do before it does it again. Let's go up this way, because we're almost done with this section. Okay, there's a Jinjo over there. I need to get him. I'll save the Jinjo for last. Okay, those are just eggs. So looks like my notes are up top. So I don't know what happened. But we're going to just try and give it a few minutes and see what happens, see what takes place, what transpires. It might not be that bad. It might be worse. Don't know yet. Go up top here, grab the Inkumbokum, grab all of these. We have 100% of the jiggles, the notes. We have this, and now we need to get the Jinjo and the... I need this. I just killed chat all of a sudden. We're still here. We're still streaming. We're still good. I will argue, though, despite all the misgivings I have about the X franchise, I still love the Mega Man series. It is one of my favorite game series to this day. Alright, we got all the Jinjos. Hey, I've got a gamer pick. So I still need to get two things, though, in order to 100% this level. Again, we go to view totals, and I need 2 health pieces. And once I can get those health pieces, we'll call this a stream. Okay? I know where one of them is at. I think I know where the other one is. I just have to actually make it to them. And I think the best way to get to them is to fly to them, if I remember correctly. Because one of them, I think one of them is located near the Stop and Swap, which is over there. And the other one is located on a... Only played a little bit of Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy. Haven't played any other Mega Man. I would definitely recommend, if you are able to get a hold of the Legacy Collection, which you can get on the more recent consoles, on the PS4, I would recommend it. I don't know about the X Collection because I have not played the X Collection, so I cannot say that it's worth money or not. But having access to all 10 of the Mega Man games through one collection on the PS4 or the Xbox One, well worth it, in my opinion. I do have the X Collection, and actually used the X Collection to finish Mega Man 8 when I had some issues with something I had with one of my capture cards. The Stop and Swap. Dot 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 dot. Hey. All right. The Stop and Swap. Something that they failed to do with the Nintendo 64, but they actually pulled off by use of the modern technology. So what didn't work on the N64 works nowadays. I won't get into the Stop and Swap here. We'll talk about it a little bit in a later stream if you guys remind me. Because I just want to grab what's up here and... Is it because I've already got it in another file? It's lit up, so I'm assuming that I got it somehow. Alright, so I need one more of the health bits. Huh, where is that located? I thought it was in here, or near here. It apparently is not. Got an extra life yet. I got an extra life, so that's good. No snackers, you cannot snack. No snacking. So I just need one piece to get everything. But where is it located? I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a chance that since we did have problems with the El Gato a moment ago, that I might just reserve getting that for another stream, but at the same time, I don't like doing that. So let me fly around just for a few moments. May even take a moment to look it up, or I would be willing to say if one of you guys, you know, knows where it's located and wants to give me an idea of where it's at, hey, I'm willing to accept that. Okay? Normally not a huge fan of spoilers, but in the instance here, like, full permission if you know where the last bit of health comb is located, you tell me. And I'll go grab it, and then we'll watch the game over screen. Because the game over screen is certainly a sight to behold. Is it up here? There's Great Night 16 again. Yeah, I've hit kind of a standstill at the moment because I'm wanting to know exactly where it is and I can't find it. Banjo-Kazooie is so hardcore you get bad ending just by quitting the game. Oh, no. When you see the ending, you'll be like, bad ending? That was a good ending. It's like one of the best bad endings you can get in a video game. Where is that piece? Alright, give me a moment. I'm gonna pause the game. I'll be back in just... Oh! Alright, now. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright. Cheaty McCheaterson. Don't carry McCarrison. Treasure Trove Cove. Honeycomb. Extra honeycombs, move, learn, jiggies, witch, extra life, stop and swap. On a floating box, I see that. In a corner near Nipper against a green wall. Underwater in a corner, okay. So I was I was way off on where it was located, so, yeah. Alright, resume game. I needed to look that up because of the fact that I didn't want to just sit here and trying to figure out what's going on. It's almost over. I just need to do things. So here we go. Let's up against a green wall near Nipper. Well, this was Nipper. Alright, well, Snacker's gonna get him a snack. Yay! Lovely nothing. Alright, so let's look at the totals. View totals. We have 100% in this area. We have 100% in this area. We have not quite 100% in that area yet. We have 100% on Spiral Mountain. So the last thing I want to do, before we get a chance to watch the game over screen, is I want to get the last token, the last Jiggy that's outside of Treasure Trove Cove, because it would be stupid not to do that. I would be making a mistake if I didn't. And I would dare say we haven't done poorly for progress. We've gone through 2 worlds in about an hour and 35 minutes with minimal issues. Alright. So I'm going to call this stream to a close, but before we close it out, here's what I want us to do. Exit game. Are you sure? Yes. Let's watch the ending, ladies and gentlemen. And so, Gruntilda's ultimate plan was to create, or to take the beauty away from Tooty, and to have it transferred over to Gruntilda. And she's got Klungo helping her out with this. And oh, Tooty is screaming, "Help me, help me, help me!" And what happens to Gruntilda? She was ugly and dumpy, and now? That's like, to me, this is one of the best game over, game over sequences in any video game, just the way all of this plays out. It's just funny to me. And so that's what happens every time you get a game over. Again, it's one of the best game over screens you can get. And so we're going to call this a stream for right now. We got, like I said, 2 worlds 100%ed. We've still got many more to go before this is all over with. This has been Angel the Moo. I want to say thank you to Bubba James, to Soy Bomb, to Cosmoronic. Inuyasha Hakusho has been with us as well. And so I want to say thank you to everybody for joining me at the stream, and anyone who will watch in the future. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like, and hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye. Where'd my mouse go?